I have never seen a wild thing sorry for itself. A small bird will drop frozen dead from a bough without ever having felt sorry for itself. That was a quote from D.H. Lawrence, and this is the Inspired Poetry Corner. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever part of the planet you are. It is still Sunday here in Toronto, Canada, Sunday morning at 10:23. And I look at this amazing gathering of humanity, and I'm blessed and honored that you guys continue to support the Inspired Poetry Corner. This is a show, it's a recital, it is not an open mic, so the poets that are here are invited, feature, and then the not ready for primetime poets. And then we have other people that just come and support. So I'm grateful and appreciate you all being here. Welcome, sharing your thoughts, your love, your energies, and we get to spend Sunday mornings together. Well, Sunday morning for me, Sunday afternoon for some of you, Sunday night for some of you. But we've got people from around the globe, which I'm always fortunate. And I keep putting this out, when there's people that you see that you feel that you click with or you want to understand, reach out to them and have some one-on-one chats. That's the beauty of the technology that we live with today. I've been blessed to have a lot of conversations with one-on-one people, getting to know poets in a different way. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy. Have your beverage's choice. This morning I'm drinking sweet tea. Have my water ready. I will post the list of supporting poets in the order that will go in. And then when you come up, before you come up, I'll give you a heads up to let you know you're on. Just remember, you have up to 5 minutes. Having said that, I am so pleased that you have made the choice to be here today to support this artist that we're going to spotlight. She was destined to blaze forth from an eternal realm, and her ability was written for her before the beginning of time. As a child, she was often complimented for a beautiful handwriting, amongst other things. And though aesthetically pleasing, there were days of old when she naivety, can't even say that word right now, where she inscribed her aesthetics, not realizing anything written and done in this tangled realm has the ability to be trapped in time. So basically everything that she does or writes, it can be trapped in time. Now that she's met her oneness, whenever the pencil strikes paper, it does so from the well of understanding, truth, and love. She's the author of her first book of poetry called Refined, Passionate Fire. This is a young woman that I came across in an open mic, I believe sometime last year. First time I heard her, I was really mesmerized by her words. And I've been fortunate over the last year to spend time with her on video chats, getting to know her. And for some crazy reason, she seeks my counsel. Don't understand that, so, and embraces it. So, but as I was saying to, I think it was Henry, because she's unknown to many people. So this is a great opportunity for the Inspired Poetry Corner to spotlight for the month of August, this brilliant, brilliant soul, a child of the universe. Noushka, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much, Raul. Good morning, good day, rather, to all of you beautiful, passionate, refined ones. I would like to appreciate and thank you so much for being here. Greatly, greatly, greatly am I appreciative of this opportunity. And Raul is amazing. For him to put this together, you guys are in great company. He does such a beautiful job of enriching and pouring out what he has from the inside to the out. So again, I am, and you could feel free to call me Noushka. That is the name that is just beautiful to me. And fire as well. So earlier I heard a lot of people speaking about the fires that are going on all around this earth. And the fire that I speak about is a fire from within, a fire that is passionate, a fire that is refinement, a fire that encompasses and embodies and keeps warm and just loves you from the inside to the out. So for this year and for some to come, I will be presenting refined, passionate fire. Fire is very near and dear to me. It's refined me. It's fueled my passion. It has loved me a whole lot. As you receive from my feature, the yous behind me, they're going to change as a reminder that our refinement and our passion travel within us through light in different intensities, so fiery bright, because fire has about 5 colors, 5 natural colors, which are red, yellow, orange, white, and blue. The hues of our intensity, the hues of our fire, enjoy every degree of which it travels, every degree at which it burns, because you deserve. So let's go ahead and journey together using the poems within my very first poetry collection. It is called Refined Passionate Fire. These poems will be read from the physical copy, but feel free to get your digital version, and I will talk about that at the end, your digital version online. And I'm so very excited. So let's kick everything off by reading the poems within the refined section, some poems. And thank you everyone for being here. All right. So I present to you all Hello Beautiful, which is on page 3 of Refined Passionate Fire. Ring, ring. When the phone rings, answer. It's me calling to tell myself I'm beautiful. No response. Return dial tone. Ring, ring. Hello, it's me. I've called to tell myself I'm beautiful. No response. Return dial tone. Planted seeds that my fire shone down to help me grow. Officially, I've forgotten the days I didn't answer the call. Now, fiery seeds of triumph grew a bloom to shower me with petals of success. Returns received from the flamed honeysuckles perched roundly on my clear, pristine skin. Ring, ring, I answered. Hello, it's me. I'm beautiful. So that was Hello Beautiful on page 3. And that piece showcases answering my internal phone to hear what I've been all along. That particular piece is very near and dear to me because as a child, I would always see beautiful little girls and compliment them on their hair, their beauty, and I never did that for myself. Yet, what I noticed and what I know now is that there was a phone ringing inside of me the whole time to tell me that, to let me know that that was who I am. So I answered the call to receive who I was all along, and it was greatly helpful. So let's move forward to page number 10, which is Maestro. And within the book and in the digital version, we have these beautiful accompanying artistic pieces that showcase what is being spoken about in the poem, as well as fiery details. And shout out to the artists who participated with me, Miss Lauren, on this beautiful collection. So let's go to page number 10, which is Maestro. Maestro, conduct for me a song with melodic abilities, cleft notes, rapid fire agilities. Let's go. to view up close the waves of the maestro that tell me when to sing high and sing low. Just right, go, go, I will go. To listen close to the songs of the maestro, composed to refine, purify, notes played on high. Truly, this is orchestra defined. I'll gather around the maestro's baton to hear my flames play on with melodic abilities, clef notes, rapid fire agilities. I'll go. All at once, I will stay to listen, feel, taste, touch, to know the songs of the maestro, composed to refine, purify, notes played on high. That is maestro. Maestro, maestro. That's very near and dear to me because I have a maestro within me. I have a maestro that tells me how to direct every composition in my life, when to take it up a notch or when to slow it down a bit, when the clef notes are supposed to play and when I should just let the bass do the job. So that is a maestro. And now we have on page 15, fortified. How can someone break my heart if I'm unbreakable? How can something destroy me if fuel abounds internally? How can anything outside of me stop my fire? If fire rains down from inward skies on high, how can? That is fortified, and that came from most of these come from very personal experiences. Fortified is a reminder that if fire rains down from my inward skies on high, nothing can break me, nothing can hurt me, nothing can harm me. So that's fortified. And then we have director's cut. Director's cut. Lights, camera, action. Don't cut the scenes. Walk through the fire. Hold the cuts. Don't splice it. I want to see it. I want to hear it. I have time. I'll stay for the director's cut. So if you all are movie buffs, I absolutely adore movies, right? And usually when you watch a really great movie and that has a really great director, they will cut the film on their own. So it'll be longer. They'll include more scenes. They will not allow themselves to be stifled by having to make it fit the time for the theater's sake. So a director's cut is more, it has more details. It has the times when we have walked through the fire, because sometimes I found myself in the past wanting to cut the scenes where I had to walk through the fire, not understanding that I came out on the other side. I was unscathed. I was unharmed. There wasn't even a morsel of my clothing or my being that was touched or harmed. So I want to see all of it. I want to hear it, and I will stay for the director's cut, right? So that is director's cut. And let's move on to page 22, which is Oneness tree. Burn down the forest where trees lie with lies that yield fruits of death, not life. Strike the match and watch acres of iniquity succumb to unified flames, spark to justify and purify, all which was never meant to dwell. Family tree of oneness, I receive you in cheer for the burning uproot. I welcome all truthful fruit. Oneness tree is about, of course, trees that are no longer bearing fruit and that need to be cleared out and refined to welcome the tree of oneness, the family tree, where there's fruit, where there's life, where there's beauty. So there we are with the oneness tree. All right, let's move on. And I hope that you're enjoying our time together because I am. Let's go. As you can see, be reminded that the fire within burns at all intensities. Be reminded that all of it is purposeful. Be reminded that you yourself have a beautiful purpose. All of us do. So let's move on to I Am the Cocoa, which is on page 31. On Red and Pink Day, I used to yearn for their affection. Now, from within, self-love warms my heart. Pulled up a log and sat in front of the flames. I brought no chocolate to the bonfire, yet memorabilia of old to watch the prehistoric go. I'm now alive, divine. I am sweet. I am the cocoa. So let's talk about what this means to me. On Red and Pink Day, and I don't know what country you're in, but in the country that I was raised, we have a Gregorian calendar. And on that Gregorian calendar, there is Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day in America, you will see red and pink all over the place. And there were times where I let that day define me, no longer. So instead of bringing chocolate and s'mores and all of the things that they sell in the stores for that day, I brought an old calendar to signify that no day on any calendar shall make me feel less than what I am, which is I am a divine being. From inside, I am sweet. I am the chocolate that I used to yearn for others to bring me on that day. I'll be the cocoa always. So that is I Am the Cocoa. And let's move forward to Music to My Own Ears, which is on page 41 of the collection. Music to my own ears. Music lives within, so I burned records where disdain used to play. I remember the days when I engulfed all noise, uproars that kept fingers to ears. I no longer have to clog my lobes, now free to hear and receive precious revelation, track after track, no skips. Right? So that is music to our own ears. My lobes from inside are now free. I no longer receive noise from all around me because I have a beautiful track that plays within me day after day. And this album, I don't have to skip. If you are ever listening to an album that you might not like all the songs to it, but you just skip it. This internal album, I don't have to skip any of the tracks because all of them are glorious. They're beautiful. They're purposeful. So let's move forward to I Love Me First, which is on the next page of the collection. The day we met, there were dialogues consumed by full fiery flame. I've never loved anybody as much as I love you. I couldn't say it wasn't true. So these are the words that I spoke. I loved me first, therefore I can love you. Very personal piece. I used to watch a lot of movies as a child, and in the scripts they would write to their love interest, I love you so much. I've never loved anybody as much as I love you. And one day I pondered that, and I'm like, I could never say that to anybody because this is self first. Self first. I can never say to somebody, I've never loved anybody as much as I love you because I gave that love to myself first. I know it sounds cutesy in the scripts in some of these movies, yet I really had to ponder what that means for me. And it's easy for me now to say I love you to another person because I've said it to myself first. We are going to move forward to the passion section because this particular collection is divided into two sections. So we have the refined section where things are being burnt down, dialogues are being consumed by beautiful fire. And we also have the passionate section because everything that was consumed by fire and needed refinement has happened. And now we're walking in our passion and in our full blaze. So we have moved on to the passion section, and we are going to start out on page 57 with life-giving recipes, okay? At the depths of my core lies a fire that brews, the life-giving recipes of simplicity. There's an overflowing cauldron in which I came to portion, no witch nor broom, just firm lucidity. When fire brews, who knew that the recipes would be so good? Simplistically defined, I am recipes defined, with serving sides just right. My creation quelled all plights of those who hungered within all sight. I ate first and portioned last. Life-giving recipes, of course, is about the fire that brews beautiful recipes for me to eat first and then portion next to the beautiful people who come alongside to receive my creation that quells all plights. Let's move forward to bring the offering, which is on page 58. Here is my offering of fuel, fan, and wood, guaranteed to keep you lit all night. Flames defined by the divine dance just right. This is love, pleasure personified. I honor myself for the fuel, the fan, and the wood that lives within. Thank you. Let's move forward to senses on page 64. Opened eyes see for me, unclogged lobes hear for me, adorned tongues taste for me, nostrils strength smell for me, fiery hands feel for me. So of course, this is about all of our tangible senses from the inside out, engaging in every single way for us to receive on all levels. Let's move forward to some of our last pieces. And this is one of my first pieces that I've written, which is when I started last year, really diving into the art form, because I've always been a writer. I've been writing since the beginning of I could remember, right? But this was one of the first pieces I started when I said I wanted to write a collection. And this is Capes of Fire. And then we'll close out with Victory Dance. Save the day, why don't you? Goblins of dimness don't stand a chance around you. Supernatural in every way, adorned with capes of fire, the heroic acts of your blaze are a sight for all to see. Arsenal equipped with the fuel of love to light the way. Fear cowers at the mere flicker of your power. Miraculous. Light the night, why don't you? Go ahead and light the day. That was Capes of Fire. And we're going to close out, and this time has been so amazing, with the Victory Dance. And again, Victory Dance is one of the first 3 poems that I wrote when I said, I want to write a poetry collection. And I wrote it down, I made it plain, and I did it. It was fun, it was beautiful, and it really taught me a lot. Shout out to my friends, my family who are here in support, because they have helped me through the process so much. It has really been a beautiful process all the way around. So let's close out our time together with Victory Dance. And let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Victory Dance, Victory Dance. Awakened by the crackling pops of the fire I set last night. Victory dance to the fire, victory dance to the pops. A melodious rhythm, a sound for all to hear. All rebels to my goodness, incinerated by the fire that blazed through the night, leaving a canister empty and nothing but refinement behind. A refinement so pure, shining brighter than the highest carats of gold. It was the purity for me, my gold within that shined on out as I danced to my reflection. Intimately, lovingly, and passionately, it was the fire for me. Victory dance to the fire, victory dance to the pops. Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Well, I know you thought that was your final poem, being as my show and you already spotlighted. Let's do an encore.
Sure.
Let's do one more. Let's do an encore.
Definitely, definitely. Let me see what I have that is worthy. Oh, I have a perfect one of our encore.
I think the masses agree with the encore call. So
let's go. Which one?
Let's go.
If you
I want to challenge our feature. Can I chime in? Instead of just looking in your book for a page, close your book, put your fingers at the pages, and just open it to one of the poems. And then whichever poem is on the right side, read that poem.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Just do that. Okay. That's my challenge.
I'll take your recommendation, but I know all of them are amazing, so we're not leaving it up to chance. Okay. Yeah, I got the okay. Oh wait, yeah, I think I did it. Yep, good. Okay, good flames. That's on the right side. Good flames. I've grown, expanded into the full manifestation of my flames. Completely dismissed external innuendos that suggest my flame isn't good enough. Boasting in tiny seeds, my flames sprout high forevermore. I am authenticated by the one up high, who's up close to me. Where I spark, I arise. So here we go. That is it. I am
if I can ask you all to unmute just for a second and just snap it, clap it, show your appreciation. Noushka, beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful voice, beautiful. Very powerful, very moving.
Yeah.
And you see how that
love was just oozing. Thank you. Sorry.
Gratitude for that reading, sister. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, each and every one of you. Thank you. I appreciate you all.
And thank you for that suggestion, Elder Henry. Good one.
you see how that that spiritual intervention came, where that particular poem was talking exactly what you were talking about at the beginning, a full circle moment.
Thank you so much, Mr. Henry. I appreciate it.
That poem is about the beautiful fire. That's how I met her. The name Beautiful Fire. So it was quite apropos to end this interaction today with this. So beyond thought provoking, just almost feel like we just took part in a like a yoga session, a yoga retreat led by a guru that used all the tools of the universe to open ourselves up. Your words are just so beautiful, but your words paired with your presence and the way you deliver, the soothing meditative quality of your voice, it's an experience, right? You're definitely an experience when you recite. So I'm grateful that you shared it. I'm grateful you shared your book of poetry, or components of your book of poetry, with us. How do you feel right now?
I feel enriched and invigorated and supported and thankful and grateful and just eternal, all in one. Like, I just feel like one, like I am. And thank you for all of your beautiful words, all of the beautiful support, each and every one of you in here. I do not take it for granted. I don't. This journey started for me about last year. As I mentioned, I've been writing for a very long time. There was a time I used to write, in very naively, yet now from the inside, everything is so beautiful. So I'm able to write in that way. All parts of the journey, all parts of the process, I don't despise it. So I'm able to write beautifully from it in a respectful way. And, you and I have chatted, and it has been a journey. It has been a journey, but yet a very, very beautiful one. So I feel amazing.
So the feeling you have today, do you remember the first time you wrote something that really made you feel the way you just described to us?
I remember. Literally, that's a great question. That is an amazing question. I think maybe 13 years ago, maybe a little, no, not 13, maybe back in 2011, I wrote something, and when I read it, I was impressed. I was impressed by it. And then when other people read it, they were impressed by it too. And I was like, oh, okay, great. And yeah, so it's been a while, being impressed by what I write. But there were times where I wasn't using the gift. And when I picked up the tool again to do it, so it's like it would surprise me. Now, not so much anymore. Yeah, it's been a process. It's been a journey. That's a great question. I need to think about that more.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say, I mean, sometimes questions are asked, but you may not have an answer, and you may not need to answer in this moment, but take it away and really think of it. When excuse me, listening to your set, and there were certain lines that stuck out to me. I answered a phone call to myself. I love that, just that phrasing itself. Uproars that kept fingers to ears. I burnt records where Destined used to play. I love me first, for then I could love I can love you, or something like that. I love that.
Therefore,
Yeah, and the way you preface it, it I don't know if you use the word selfish, but a lot of times when people hear that, you should always love yourself first and so forth. And the thinking is, oh, that's selfish thinking. And yet, we have appendage in our body that knows how to be selfish in balance. Because the first part of the word of selfish is that of self. And the human heart knows how to be selfish in balance. When it's pumping fresh blood to the body, it feeds itself first. Then it distributes the rest. We are taught send it all out, hope some comes back. So you do have to take care of yourself. But there's so many I could have written. So that's why I wanted to ask that question, because that's why, this is your first feature, and I wanted to see how you were feeling. And it's important to embrace the experience. We have a lot in common, because I was always commented as a kid too about my penmanship, and I always had good penmanship, but I never trusted my writing. Even in my corporate days, I was told I was a good writer. I never trusted it. When do you feel, or do you even feel that you're really starting to trust what you know and what you've gathered in this life? Because yesterday I was talking to you about your vault of wisdom.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Every day I have to make it my duty or it's my responsibility on a daily to go within and know that I can trust myself. And that is just a decision and a daily choice. And there are times where, and we spoke about this, where I try to merge all the way left or all the way right, and then not forget that it is in the middle where there is flow and harmony. So daily, I am very, very self-reflective. Very self-reflective. Yet there are times where I'm just like, when people get secondhand embarrassment and they're like, I can't even talk to myself about this. When somebody's singing and they might be a little bit off pitch, so you just want to turn it down. You might just want to turn it down a little bit. So that happens to me sometimes. Yet when I push through and have those conversations that are necessary from within, that's where I get to my well and my overflow of trust.
Okay.
So it is daily. I'm just always making sure I'm on the narrow, in the middle. So
Nice.
That's my answer.
Good. I don't want to assume anything, but what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is red. My favorite color is red, particularly burgundy.
Okay.
And I love red in a lot of different hues. But red is my favorite color. Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you if you can undo anything from your past, but if we did have the ability to go back to our past, and when you used that line, I answered the phone call to me. If you had the opportunity to talk to yourself at a younger age and offer advice, what would you say to your younger self? You mentioned 13. So if you can go back and talk to your 13-year-old self.
I would say go within and don't let outside influences tell you who you are, because you know who you are. And you know where you're from and why you're here and what you could do and where you're going and in what time and in what measure, So don't let external innuendos sway you in any way. And you asked me if I could, but it's very possible to do. People say, write a letter to your younger self, and we still have that childlike thing in there. And I speak to that young girl often. Yeah, so that's
Nice,
what I
nice.
say.
What's your favorite sound? What sound do you really love to hear?
That's a great question. Silence.
The sound of silence. Beautiful.
Silence.
I'm actually not surprised by that answer. So, what advice would you give the world today? Because it feels like we're going to hell in a handbasket with all the strife. And if you listen to the media, it's negative, negative, negative. But
Yeah.
I know that's not true, but it does feel that way at times. So what
Right.
advice would you give to the world?
I would say turn everything off and listen to yourself every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a one-time thing. It's an everyday thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that. Like, don't let genetics hold you back. There's something higher than that, way higher.
Yeah. Nice. Favorite food?
Pasta dishes.
Pasta dishes.
And you know what? Past avocados, and eggs and beef bacon. And I also, like, if I'm going to a restaurant, I'm gonna order usually a pasta dish.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
If God exists, when you get to the pearly gates, what would you want God to say to you as you arrive to the pearly gates?
Well, the pearly gates is upon me every day. It is me. I would want to, and this is something I hear every day, which is I am,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. That's what I hear, and that's what I know what would be said.
So you don't need to get to the pearly gates to hear God saying that.
No, not at all.
Nice, nice.
God is me and I am God.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of this life. We all have our views on life. It's neither right or wrong. It's whatever works for you. And this morning has definitely worked for us. It's not, like I said, it's not just the depths of your words and the sincerity to which you write of your experience and your spiritual understanding, but it's in your delivery. It's just your presence. Your words are part of your presence. It's encased in time. So I'm just so pleased I came across you how many months ago or a year ago, whatever it was, and that we've maintained a friendship and getting to talk. I'm so glad that this could be your first feature, and I hope to all organizers that are out there. I believe my friend Michael is on this show today. Consider bringing around as a feature. I think you're a voice that this world needs to hear more of. Your delivery, just the way you are, your presence. And it's timely. I trust universal. I trust the timing of Yah, and we need more voices. Well, we need all voices, but we need more voices of compassion, of empathy, but a voice that is balanced within self. Within self, be strong with yourself so you can serve others in the way that they need to be served. So I'm just so grateful to have you in my life and to have you being featured today. So thank you so much for this gift of your time, of your energy, of your love, of your words. Ladies and gentlemen, please unmute again and give us some Inspired Poetry Corner love. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, everybody.
The poem Director's Cut.
Thank you. Oh, and if anybody would like to get the digital version of Refined Passionate Fire, please visit the website that you see on my name, noushkapresents.com. And as soon as you sign up for like the newsletter, it'll send you an email where you can go ahead and purchase the digital version. And it is a pay what it's worth to you type of opportunity. So whatever it's worth to you, go ahead, but it's there.
Are your other socials on the website as well?
Right now, my social handles are active, yet I'm not posting on them until the winter season or late autumn.
Okay.
Yet they're there, and you can always email me. I will drop it in the chat for
Yeah,
sure.
just gonna suggest, yeah, put all the
Yes,
info in the chat where
I'll put
people can get your book, and like I said, reach out and have a conversation with her. She's a delightful human to engage with. Like we had I don't know, we spoke for like 2.5 hours yesterday, and time just flew by. It's like it didn't even exist. So, but yeah, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for your support. I'm grateful that the other poets continue to support not just the Inspired Poetry Corner, but all the other amazing things that are going on. Like I said, I believe Brother Michael is still on. Yep, he's still on. So his quintessential listening show that's on. But keep supporting each other and inviting new poets to come in and share their voices with us. So now you get to sit back and take in the rest of the show and to support poets. They're not ready for primetime poets. Excuse me, that's going to be supporting your feature today. We have quite the list, so we're going to jump into it. We have Alexandra, Neil, and Leah coming up first. So as tradition, I always like to transition from the feature into the not ready for primetime poets by having our good friend Alexandra from Greece take us through another meditative session with her amazing, digital art and poetry. So Alexandra, the mic is yours, my friend.
You know that Alexandra is in Egypt.
Sorry?
Alexandria is in Egypt. Alexandria, you keep saying it's in Egypt.
Did I say Alexandria?
Yeah.
Really? My apologies. I don't know. My brain is somewhere else right now.
You always call me Alexandria. And I also wanted to point out that empathy is a Greek word, but in Greek it means exactly the opposite of what it does in English.
Oh, that's interesting.
Where for some weird reason, yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Empathia.
Say that again, sorry.
Empathia.
Hmm.
So I don't know why, yeah. Okay, flying 17. This light is mine. It is hyperphysical, illuminating in the golden tenderness of a poetic heart, discerning and choosing amongst inherited traits of Zeusian cultivation and Cronian egoism, along the exploration of an inner dialectic synthesis, indulging and abstaining, desecrating and purging, endeavoring to optimize our emotional mindset, attempting to restore ourselves and our earth from polluting elements, our burnt terrains, our mountain tops, haloed by rose dawns and rose dusks, bridging the gap between immutable, firm ideals and capricious, shady senses. On auroral mountaintops, enslaved worms transforming into quivering, resurrected butterflies, goldwing after goldwing. This zone is mine. It is releasing, leaping in the contemplative homage of a philosophic mind, intuiting and electing amongst dynamical antinomies of clear-winged visualization and cyclopic blindness, along the mission of idea-morphed Daedalian inventions, upheaving the known waves bursting forth from a pyroclastic flow of Aegean DNA, frontier warriors anxious to restore our eco-formations, our lands, our seas, our 7 skies, 7 times blue. adjusting to natural and supernatural cosmic purposes. Our gaze bow breaking into a sky sea of orgone, silver wave after silver wave. This union is mine. It is aura bonding, intensifying in the fiery sovereignty of an ascetic fulfillment, filtering and selecting amongst labyrinthine channels of Persephonic magnanimity and Tartarian beastliness, along the polymorphic emeralding of each individual unfolding. Lion hearts and lion minds, emancipating from lower and middle ranking hierarchies, in joyous exemption from demons and delusions, from resistance and time. Evolved phosphoric suns activating towards the east, evolved dim spheres deactivating towards the west, delineating photodynamic and aphotic positions in dimorphic order. Sunborn unrestrained vibrancy dawning into our caves, luminiferous ether dazzling, vivid flame after vivid flame. This truth is mine. It is envisaging, polyvibrating in the vivifying fountain of pan-human axioms, clarifying and correcting amongst antithetic consciousnesses of trained logos and untrained themos, along the reshaping of each new age, aspiring to rise into advanced halcyon apogees formed by prime pan-universal rearrangements, superpositioned apotheosis, sending, exalting poetico-philosophy to torchbearers. Eris's nostalgia, tuning into the eurythmic heartbeat of thriving, ascending astral galaxies, balancing on a symbiosis of cataclysmic and epiphanic laws of creation. Dodecahedron galaxies overflowing with humans and gods, reaching the borders of zenith beyond, after zenith beyond. This sweet flying is ours. It is absolute, emblazoning in the progression of the idea, the pan-fiery great idea. Thank you.
Beautiful as ever and always, Alexandra. I don't, it's funny when you said that, I wasn't comprehending what you said, and then I realized, oh, I'm calling her Alexandria, and don't know why I'm doing that, because I know your name is Alexandria, but it could be a planted memory, but I have this memory of a lifetime ago of being in Alexandria.
I don't mind, I just like, teasing you.
Yeah, no, but it's good that you mentioned that. It's time we get caught up. I'll tell you about that feeling I have, but I always enjoy listening to you, and just like I said, just starting off this round with your words that like I said, for me, the written part of the experience that's you is coming into a whole new understanding. And I know you're doing a lot of research, or have been doing a lot of research, but it's being able to pull it together and just allowing what's inside to flow out from that. So I'm always grateful for your support and the energies that you bring. So thank you for that. Thank you so much. All right, from brilliance to brilliance. Excuse me. Up next, Neil. I wanted to get Neil on early because Neil is, it's what, approaching midnight your time?
No, it's only 11:20 or 11:17 to be precise. Yeah. I'll hang around till around midnight my time.
No, but I just wanted, because I appreciate it. I know it's getting later for you. So I appreciate it.
No, I'm good. I'm good. It's just that I got an appointment early tomorrow morning, so I may not stay the course for. Normally I do, but
Yeah, I know
thanks.
you. But
Okay,
you're welcome.
thank you. So Noushka, firstly, congratulations on a really fantastic sequence, and I enjoyed every one of them. And in response to that, just to show you how much I appreciated your poetry, most of my poems are going to be about fire as well. So there you go. Okay, so starting with a poem. Actually, it's funny because last time I was talking to Raul, he said, you know, how long were you in the corporate world? I said, oh gosh, 36 years. And, you know, I said, look, you know, some of my poetry is about the corporate world, which was, by the way, banking. Don't hold that against me. But anyway, so this poem is called Damn Tulips, and it's all about the 17th century. And I'm taking you back into Amsterdam, where tulipomania, it was a speculative bubble that kind of really created havoc. And in many ways, that was one of the first futures markets the world has ever seen. And it pushed the prices of tulips, you know, which were especially cultivated. And the average price of a tulip, a single flower, was equivalent to the cost of a house. And the poem just describes what happens next. So, but there's a lot of fire in it as well. So please listen out. Damn tulips. Let's blame it on the harmless bloom. Burgeon, bloat to burst. The largest bubbles prove the worst. The seismic bust drowns the boom. Tulip futures eclipse the firmament. Bright red and yellow fluorescence. We now term it irrational exuberance, broken bulbs and burnt out filaments. Selling more than they can ever breed, supply and demand go out of sync, crash and burn, you get the link? Those terrible twins of fear and greed. Yet, someone had to take the blame. It becomes clear as mud, if not the blossom, surely the bud. Damn tulips with their burning flame. Thank you. That's the first of the fire ones. And I have another fire one, and the title is The Fire Each Time, with sincere apologies to James Baldwin. The Fire Each Time. If it weren't for lessons learnt, with all their pain, we'd still thrust finger into scorching flame. Despite the lesson learned, we still get badly burnt, time and time again. Lessons just do not linger. The fire is to blame. And I'm going to read out one more on fire, and it's called Promethean Heat. And it goes like this. Pass on this burning torch. Stoke up the eternal flame. Knowledge will have to scorch. Sometimes it needs to maim. Blast through your dark despair. Let the heat inside you relume. As the first spark requires air, let the fire inside you resume. And I think I have a little bit more time because they're all very short ones. Oh yeah, there's one more fire one. It's actually was written for a friend of mine whose husband was had advanced cancer. Fortunately, he survived, but at that time she needed all the hope and prayers that, you know, the family could get. So this is called By Lamplight. Till the last lamp waxes in steady light, burning beacon that beats back the night, as whispered prayers flicker and flame. Cup tight, hold tight, the bright blaze of hope ye acclaim. So I'm going to end on a note for my friend Marianne, and this one is titled, it hopefully will draw a chuckle from Leonard and her. It's called My Muse Returns. You've been gone too long. All these weeks have been hollow, empty fields that have lain fallow in a complete absence of song. I know not the exact seasons to your now meandering ways, nor can I discern all the reasons behind some of those indefinite stays. You gave no warning of your flight. No heralds will trumpet your return. But there's birdsong to this night, a hint, an offer I must not spurn. Thank you.
Oh, Neil, you're a beacon of light. Bring it forth in the corporate world. Get them to shine their light. Brilliant piece, brilliant piece. We're going to have to talk and share our experiences from our business days.
Sure.
I wish, I wish more people in the business world would adopt poetry or some form of creativity. And I think many do, but they may not always bring it to light. So you're a brilliant writer. I keep saying that you're a brilliant writer. So I'm going to try and keep my comments short because we have a long list, but thank you. Thank you for always bringing the fire with your words and taking a page out of our feature to keep the fire theme going. So, all right, from brilliance to brilliance. Yeah, you're up, my friend.
Thank you very much. I know I've been absent from the scene for a while. The last 6 months have been fun. And so I was thinking about going back to one of my oldest poems today. When I was a teenager, I wrote this in some noisy coffee shop listening to an acoustic guitarist. And it is called Journeys. It's 12 a.m. or so the clock bells chime. I'm traveling off again one more time, flying past places I don't remember yet and past people I've never met. These are fast, old familiar homes, past old familiar ways, some new old places. Here comes the old newness of good days. I don't know where I'm going and don't remember where I've been, so this moment doesn't matter because it's all I've ever seen. Suddenly, it's a clear time to meet anything and everything I've ever dreamed before the moment passes and I fear that nothing is as it never seemed and where I want to be is still not near. So in a beat, a heartbeat, I move and forget the endless road's refrain. I give the earth and path a shove and lose whatever was new to gain. 'Cause it's not about the road anymore. To me, the journey is for those beats, where I search internal land, sea, and shore for the place where the journey meets with life and within my mind. Nothing full has been there. The complete is hard to find, and on the journey, you don't even care. Life is all the moments you often miss, a journey of old remembered things, a song, a house, a word, a first, last kiss, and that clock bell still rings and rings. On the journey, you will meet moments that will scare you, stop your heart and move your feet, moments that will tear you, but throughout the days, weeks, and months, when you won't know what or why, they come to you in nameless fronts, and life is about choosing to journey and try. It's 12 a.m. or so the clock bells chime. I'm traveling off again one more time. My choice. What about you? So that is one of the oldest poems I've written. And it, when Neil's talked about it being near midnight where you are, it kind of reminded me of the whole 12 a.m. So we went for it. The second piece I want to share is much shorter, but it's called In the Wind, and it kind of reflects some of the internal poetry that our feature was talking about, that conversation with yourself, but also reflection. It's called In the Wind. It whispers softly as it rushes past. It tells you not to miss it as it goes. It reminds you that nothing true can last. It speaks of joy or pain, though no one knows. Memory is fleeting. Treasure it now. Memory lives forever in the wind. Memory doesn't die, it can grow. Memory only waits for us to find. Time will do both things. It lives and it dies. Time calls all of us, past us all. It cries. Thank you.
Memory never fades, it only grows. Time lives and die. You're such a brilliant writer. I'll say that about all of you, but yeah, I just love your writing style. And Leah's a former feature, and you don't have to apologize. I know life has happened from our conversation. So my attitude is you're here when you're supposed to be, just like all that are here today are meant to be. The others weren't. So, but I appreciate the words that you say. So thank you. Thank you for your continued support and your friendship. So I hope things are going a little bit better at school. So we'll catch up. All right. Up next, from brilliance to brilliance, this is a first-time participant here at the Inspired Poetry Corner. I am going to do my best not to butcher his name. Principe, I believe. I'm just looking at his sound, but the mic is yours, my friend. I welcome you to come and share some of your writings with us. Are you still there? Maybe he stepped out for a second. All right, we'll come back to him. Dadut, you, my friend, from Calcutta.
Yes,
You
hello.
have the mic, my
Am I
friend.
audible? Yeah, am I audible?
You're audible. Yes, you are.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So, congratulations to the poetess Noushka and all other poets here. Without much ado, I shall read my poem. The first poem entitled Epiphany. A march of words, indeed a march of words. Bits of thoughts conceived and cottoned onto. Probability of expression, freedom to do so. A medley of the untold, the unfurled and the uncanny. Strange fits of creation, images galore. Dawn of passion, comprehending the urge. Domination of a compelling push. Dance of Shiva, creation and destruction. Tuned to verses, words and images. Forbidden fruits in the lands of Oedipus. Unbroken strings of time stretched to unknown future, clocked at an unpredictable tempo. Images past, present, and future, pain, happiness, love, and lot more. Pull in, pull out, pushing boundaries, the mind being the shuttlecock. A reservoir, peaceful, moments anticipating storm. A heart throbbing with promises to keep. Inception, realization, creation, continuing to evolution. And the epiphany breathes. Amidst gusts of winds from strange lands, rushing towards endless possibilities. So that's the first poem. I'll quickly shift to my second one, which is much shorter. The second poem is entitled To Be Free. The free-flowing river wishes to meet the ocean, meandering across obstacles. The chains are melting, hard cast iron though, mindless fetters giving up for freedom to take in. Fate raining low, desires beaming forth. Torrential rain cracking the womb of clouds to reach the dry soil. No drooping flowers, but childlike plants, trying to beat the drought with reduced thirst. Thunderstorm ahead, casting confidence. The commitments have broken. No ties, no hard and fast rules, no irrelevant disciplines looking monstrous. The wings have taken control. The takeoff is ready, the flight fighting crosswinds. The free-flowing river wishes to meet the ocean, meandering across obstacles. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Beautiful reading, my brother. And this is his first appearance here, first time, you know, we haven't even had a chance to chat because you reached out to me wanting to participate when I asked who wanted to recite. Please come back. Love to hear more of your words. That first one was so powerful, and you kept reminding me of destructive creation out of the destructive force, how good creative stuff come. You're a very powerful poet. Very powerful poet.
And my heartful evening to Alexandra, ma'am. I'm a fan of her poetry. If she's listening, she's on my friend list. Thank you, Alexandra, ma'am, once again.
Well, I blame her. She's the one that brought me into this whole crazy Zoom world. So, but she's a good guy to have as a first. So well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you, James, sir. Thank you.
Oh,
my pleasure.
My pleasure as well. Thank you for being here. All right, from brilliance to brilliance, we will continue. I haven't heard from Principe yet. So Michelle, another first-time participant in the Inspired Poetry Corner. Michelle, you have the mic, my friend.
Amen. Let me see. Okay, I apologize. I said I'm getting used to the Zoom mute and unmute, so I apologize. I just want to say the first author poet that was on, powerful work. Everybody, just so powerful, and it's an inspiration to be around and on a platform of like minds. The Bible says iron sharpens iron. So I just wanted to say that. Okay. Is it am I unmuted or am I still muted?
No, we can hear you just fine.
Okay, yes. The poem that I'm reading is out of my book, The Pandemic, and it's entitled Speak Life, Not Demise. And the reason why I'm choosing this poem to read is because in this world today, it takes little effort to encourage people. Right now, you see hostility, jealousy, competition, and there's no reason for that. I think that if each person encourages another person and inspires someone, what a brighter world this would be. Speak life, not demise. A parent can discourage their child. A coworker can provoke the work environment. A lover can feed a lack of confidence. Readers and friends, we should speak life, not death. We have to encourage and help build self-confidence. The adversary is busy and disguises itself as a friend. It will take on positions and titles as family, co-workers, or friends. It will disguise itself as ministers, pastors, bishops, or king. Remember, God Almighty builds up and is our only true friend. Readers and friends, we must speak life, not death. Encourage those around you. Look for the best in you. Be that positive vibration surrounding you. Remove any negativity, energy that drains you. You are alive. Embrace every moment of that. There will always be someone lurking in the dark to take you down. There will be a person to try and discourage your dreams. Know that you can accomplish anything you hope and dream. Focus on your strength and hold on tight to everything you have dreamed. When you reach that mountaintop, look back and help those climbing up. Good actions separate the good from the bad. In this storm, we will grow. Through these tides, we will go. Finally, at the end of our journey, God will carry us home. My sisters, brothers, this concept in life is not death. Oh, should I read another one?
Well, I was just going to ask you if you want, it's up to you, but yeah, please do another one.
Oh,
yep.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay. This one is the movement forward. Many nationalities suffered beyond measure. So many mothers have buried their sons because of crime. Countless fathers have buried their daughters to violence. This world has to move forward and change. No drugs, no domestic violence, no abuse, no molestation, no rape. Today, people live in poverty. People hate the rich because they think they don't suffer. The rich hate the poor because in their eyes, they fail to prosper. How has the judgment of others become the world's new lover? No racism, no sexism, no ageism, no discrimination, no class system. The clock is ticking on mankind's life. The beast is approaching upon us, all so close. I can feel his breath upon my neck. Brothers and sisters in Christ, see, move forward in life. Love. Love our God. Love our Savior. Love your neighbor. Love your enemy. Love yourself. One day upon this earth, my physical body will be no more. Yet my writing will become my new birth. What I do in this life is for my legacy. I have no time for any animosity. For the love of our God is our poetic intimacy. I move forward in love for all to see. Those that hate shall reap God's reckoning.
Brilliant words, my friend. Brilliant words. Did you say your writings will become your rebirth?
Yes.
Yes.
What I mean by that is dust to dust, ashes to ashes.
Yeah.
What we do in this lifetime is for others, next generations, the legacy. That's what we see in the Holy Bible.
Yeah, I love that phrasing. Thank you so much. That was a great reminder. And I'll say it doesn't matter what your religious or spiritual beliefs are. There's truth in all, and there's truth in regards to us. We are in charge of the experience that we're having. I always tell people, I'm not, I don't know why people are surprised by the way we treat the planet. The way we treat the planet is a reflection of how we treat each other. So maybe it's time for us to stop being young ones. We're still a relatively young species overall, and start to embrace the wealth of experience that we have from our past of what not to do. Because what not to do, we've mastered quite well. So thank you so much for that reminder in your words.
Thank you.
In your faith, and having the courage to speak it in these day and age. Seems like many people's faith of all walks are under attack. So thank you for having that courage and being here, Michelle. Very grateful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're most welcome. All right, from brilliance to brilliance. Principe, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, so if I'm not saying it correctly, please correct me, but the mic is yours, my friend.
This poem is called Hip Hop. Hip hop started as scraps from significant parts made from jazz to rock. This mode of transportation grew into an empire, growing legs and crossing borders in all forms. Like amps is the rule of the world, a global phenomenon indeed. Words tightly compacted like tuna in the can, said many from the can. So eloquently spoken by brilliant minds. This isn't the terminus. Nothing could deter this journey that hip hop took. Can't forget the past, because without it, you're nothing. Hip hop, you're a blessing to the masses. I'll read another one. It's called It's Me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Lust is the burning candle that many have touched. When I put my hand over the flame, I go down the rabbit hole. No matter how embroiled every desire is, a sensation crawls on me when I go down this rabbit hole. The same hole swallows me whole, but still I want more. The deeper I go, the more the hole becomes home. I roam, my eyes scale every surface. The lusty ladies that stand in the pitch black, disguising their faces, taking me to places where I get lost. Time to hang up the coat. It could be my death sentence soon enough. Poem.
Are you done?
Yes.
Oh, that's too short. Do one more. Please indulge me, guys. I love giving people that have first time reciting. Yeah. Share one more with us, my friend.
This one's called Dear America. Dear America, do you believe in yourself? Do you practice what you preach? Did you hear about Trump? Tell me what you think. America, I see your ruddy sparkle in the limelight. The Carolina blue strikes my lively eyes with its brightness. Well, the powder is underneath it all, always crossing out the truth. The sheer irony, even ironing out the truth, even ironing out the wrinkles, is bolted shut because of fear. Yet here we are, so young, but we need to be weaned off the bottle. Time to give up. Time to give you the real spiel. Home.
Thank you, my friend.
Well,
need to be weaned off the bottle. America's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting idea. I would love to connect with you one-on-one and chat more with you. Thank you for coming here. How do you say your name?
Prince P.
Oh, okay. So I was right on, I guess. So Prince P. Like I said, guys, this first time for him here. I saw him first at the Norican Cafe. I believe that's the first time I heard you. So I'm glad you reached out. I would love to, I'll buzz you. I'd love to have a one-on-one conversation with you and get to know you a little bit, brother. So I believe you're what, in Weston, is in Washington?
Yeah, Washington State.
State of Washington, okay. Beautiful. Thanks for being here and thanks for joining us. All right, from brilliance to brilliance. Another first time, excuse me, another first time reciter, I believe. This person is out of Spain, but from brilliance to brilliance, Maureen, the mic is yours.
Thank you all. I'm in Portugal, but close.
Yeah, okay. I have Spain in my mind because the women just won the World Cup this morning, so, but I knew you were from that part of the world. Anyway, my apologies.
Close, we're surrounded by the...
Yeah, from Portugal, Maureen, you have the mic.
Thank you so much. I just want to first say congratulations to Noushka. There was just something about your self-love that I noticed my body first tense up. And I'm like, why am I tensing up? And I realized my body was like, more, I need more of this. So I'd like to share two pieces about America, but first about self-love. So I also have a debut poetry collection. It's called My Fears Out Loud. The first piece is called Love and War. If someone asks you where you've been, tell them you've been battling your demons and you're winning. They say all is fair in love and war, but what if the war is loving yourself? What if you are your own enemy, captor, and savior? Is it fair then? And how do you tip the scales in your favor? Prisoner of war, how do you call a truce when the army of self-doubt flanks you? When trust, your only armor, has fallen, and when clarity, your weapon, is lost on the battlefield. How do you quell the rebellion of an unforgiving self? Which wolf gets fed and which one starves? Wave the white flag, but be merciful in your surrender. Fear is embedded like shrapnel, but it can't have you. Your demise is not in your defeat, and your greatest feat is fighting at all. The war wages on, but as long as you're in it, you're winning. This next piece was a direct response to shootings, to one of countless hate crimes in Atlanta, Georgia in 2021, in which 8 people were destroyed due to hate. And this helped connect me to my internalized racism, in which I actively am trying to unlearn and relearn how to be a true ally. So trigger warning if you're racist. It's called happy ending. Happy ending. Is that what you came for? When you sought my people out because you had a bad day? Fetishizing my existence and eliminating me simply because you couldn't control yourself? Your white supremacy could not be contained. Shots fired, hatred in every bullet, yet we've died many times before. When you came to our countries uninvited, our beds unsolicited, our cultures that you appropriated and then sold to us as a sign that you were here. Children born from a lack of protection, colonization, is that a justification or an ultimatum? You forced us into your melting pot, watching all the colors become one, dividing us with a gradient. White is right, but yellow is the next best thing. Stand back, Tiger Mom. She vilifies blackness as though it's dirty, ugly, but Black lives matter and they are beautiful. We are beautiful. And no, brown is not lesser than, brown is not illegal, brown is not lazy. We are brown too, and we work hard, we provide for our own, and we stop. Tiger Mom won't have any of it. We are not them, she says. We earned our way, good at math, straight A's, straight hair, typecast, though we are Black and we are brown and we are indigenous. We are every single color, texture, and blessing. We are not a monolith and we are storytellers if we believe the myth of the model minority. Hey, how do Asians name their kids? Just drop a bunch of silverware down the stairs and listen to the sounds they make. Ching, chong, chink, gook. We are the punchline, but we respond with obedience. Loyal to the monster that mocks chinky eyes and seeks the crease in our eyelids without ever questioning how a colorful society can brim with oppression and individual suppression, or how a colorblind society overlooks what it won't put a name to. Racism, xenophobia. How can we call them strangers when we have all met before? Hate crimes, all different iterations of the same sentiment that we are other, we are less than, and we are stained by color. Distorted by your concentration camps, cheap labor and conditioning, you pit us against each other and run away without incident. You loathe all things foreign and call us essential while you try to erase us. We adjust and adjust our assimilation irrelevant to your contempt for all things made in China. But the whole world is watching and they know what you have done. They see who you are. They know that you have thrived from our stolen freedom. And you are not a disease. You are not the exception. You are not a mental health issue. You are not a disability. You are not a broken childhood, and you are not a bad day. You are our friend, lover, partner, neighbor, sibling, parent, nurse, doctor, lawyer, judge, and jury, and you are the problem. You are violence perpetuated. You are the stigma, and you misogynist, white supremacist, colonizer, oppressor, terrorist you were made in America. Thank you so much.
Powerful, powerful pieces, Maureen. I love the way you started off unlearning your own racism. You know, this practice of racism, at least this version of it, is still relatively new. Came about in the, I don't know, late 17th century, whatever. I don't fault it. I don't fear it. I just want us to learn from it. We're still very tribal in our behavior, us versus them. This is why I said earlier, I don't buy into this myth of different races on this planet. There's one race called the human race that's made up of different flavors, different shading. Are we that ignorant to think that this flimsy piece of pigmentation is enough to make us different races? That ignorance worked at one time to justify evil acts. But have we not progressed past that? Apparently not. So that's the invitation. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you for highlighting your experience and sharing and the powerful message behind it. Because like I said before, I see humans before me of different shading, different cultures and different walks of life, but we are human. So beautiful. Thank you. Good first reading here. Well done. Way to start. That's powerful words. Powerful. I hope you come back again, all the way from Portugal. So not Spain. And keep smiling. I love your smile. I love your smile. Thank you. All right. Up next, we have two Ashleys. I can't see the first one, so we'll go to Ashley Edge. And if the other Ashley shows up, she'll continue on. But Ashley, I came across, I believe, was in the Oops Beehive. Yeah. First time I heard your words, and I'm so glad you reached out. I've added her name, their name, I believe.
Thank you. Yeah. Cheers, mate.
Oh yeah, you're welcome to the feature for 2024, because I think you're brilliant. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. Ashley, the mic is yours. First time you presenter here as well.
Yeah, I'm well chuffed to be here. Thank you for having me as well. I'm going to give you some Spanish though. So there you go, because I am part Spanish. So I've been rooting for England and Spain during the World Cup that you're on about. So a bit of a weird day for me, to be fair, because I both won and lost, if that makes sense. But
yeah, I saw your comments and I go, oh, you're from that part of the, or you have ancestral, yeah, so.
Yeah, my mum's side's Spanish, so, and I lived there as a kid, so, yeah.
I'm looking forward to watching the highlights, because apparently it was a really good game, 1-0 for Spain, so.
It was a great game. The Spanish part of me was in absolutely overjoyed.
Well, the whole World Cup was amazing, so
anyway, yes, poetry. So this is actually about my time in Spain as a kid. So it's called Edge to Edge. There is a little bit of Spanish in there. So if you want translations, just hit me up and I'm more than happy to let you know what those words mean. Edge to Edge. We drove there in a horse box, our possessions stacked like Tetris pieces, furniture dismantled to kindling, books packed preciously in boxes marked careful, ornaments wrapped carelessly in month-old newspaper, footy scores peeking out of the box, light reading as I camped, crammed precariously between mum's wardrobe and the Welsh dresser, the vrooms of cars on the motorway, my lullaby. We drove there in a horse box, a few yards still in him. Ingrained scent of hay and manure masked the scent of our English terrace, a home condensed to a space only a horse should fill. We drove there in a horse box, manejamos hacia ti. From the edge of England to the edge of Spain, we skim-read France in a panic, eyes overwhelmed by white rock homes, not a single red brick in sight. Our bums bounced, fingers vibrating as we juddered, jittered, quivered further south through the snowless, perilous Alpujarras, as the gearbox whined and rapidly died, threatened to stop us where we could see you with binoculars if only a cloud would mask the blinding light, the searing sun, for just one moment. We limped to you in a horse box. Nosotros cojeamos hacia ti. First gear for the final 50 miles. We hobbled hot from fear, from the blaring rays, from him. Through the mirage of adventure, we saw death's pale, clawing hands stretched down through sudden clouds, cast a shadow over the coast. Through winding, potholed dirt tracks, our horse box groaned and whimpered. As we turned up the steep, sandy lane, faced the imposing gate, I smelt you. A morsel of a waft, masked by the Pinot Negro, salty sea wind, his Dunhill cologne. We sat there, the 4 musketeers in the cab of our horse box as it sighed, staggered and spluttered over the threshold to a chorus of cicadas. We drove to you in a horse box, manejamos hacia ti, and I reached out my hand, touched your frail brown arms, your wrinkled, liver-spotted cheek flushed, pressed against mine, your heavy, spasmodic breath on my neck. We let the horse box rest as we filled your villa with laughter and games. It sat there in the driveway gathering autumn dust, pine cones scattered on its roof. As the horse box slumbered, your health improved. Day 1, I fed you yogurt at the dining room table. Day 7, you fed you yogurt, my hand hovering just in case. Day 20, you asked for a pack of cards, taught me round the clock and patience. Day 30, you had me reaching to the topmost shelf, encouraged me to read ridiculous passages from your Mills and Boon collection. Day 40, we took you out, showed you off to our new amigos in the village, made your wheelchair do wheelies on the promenade whilst you squealed with glee, your eyes sparkling like you were 10 again. Day 41, he intervened. We left you with the horse box, flew back with empty hands, hollow hearts to the red brick houses, sandless lanes, beachless midlands where we waited for the call. That's me done. There you go. There you go. It's about my nana, if anybody wondered. I should have said that before. That would have probably helped.
No, well, I was thinking, is this about her mom? But I knew it was someone close, someone that obviously helped raise you, because, you know, Genevieve nailed it. Such careful storytelling. You're a brilliant storyteller.
Thank you, mate. That means a lot coming from you.
You're I heard it when I first heard you.
Is that the one you've heard before then?
Sorry?
Is that the one you've heard before?
No, I haven't heard that one, but I heard you, and I just thought you were a brilliant storyteller. I just, you know, just your cadence, your voice, your rhythm, you're careful. You could just tell you select your words very carefully and you craft them. Have you read that to your Nana?
No, she passed away.
Passed away?
So, yeah, we came back. It's a true story, that one. And we came back to England without her. She wouldn't come with us. She wanted to stay with my granddad because she's from that generation. And she passed away a few months later. So, no, but it is 100% for her. So, yeah.
Well, she's proud of you.
She knew I loved her.
She's proud of you.
Yeah, man.
I love it. Yeah, that's why I added your name to potential features for 2024. You're a brilliant storyteller.
Thank you, sweet. I appreciate it.
You're most welcome. Thank you. You're thanking me. I feel like I'm robbing from you. Jeez. I got goddess bumps going on all over right now. So, you know, you guys thank me. I thank you guys. So you guys are the ones that make this possible. I hope you come back, definitely. And
I will do. I will do, definitely.
I'll be sending out the list for 2024 soon, so stay tuned. But well done. Brilliant first reading. Brilliant first reading.
Man.
I'll have to send Clive and Nick a few quid for introducing me to you. So. All right, from brilliance to brilliance. Neil, no apologies. You go, my friend. Go have a great sleep. Ashley Booker, are you here? I don't see you. I just wanted to call you. I don't know if you got cut off, but she was here earlier. Anyway, we'll continue on. All right. From brilliance to brilliance. Another brilliant writer and storyteller. Suzanne, my friend, the mic is yours. Thank you for joining us on an early Sunday morning.
I did it without too much pain. And thank you, Noushka. I was really affected by just the sweetness and kindness and love that comes through you, as well as your beautiful work. Thank you. This is a poem about poems. Poems want to be our allies in times of pain and possibility. Poems want to be found, to give the mind an ocean, to illumine the soul threads, to break the spell of the ordinary. Lead us to the songs of the spoons, bees' chants in the hives, pens tapping on the desk, waiting for us, soft humming inside the walls, stars in the bedroom offering light to our loneliness. Poems want to feed the rebel seeds in the soil of our bodies, disturb our complacency, wake us, shake us, take us across the bridges between worlds, defy the thinking mind that would have us believe its sovereignty. Show us the light at the end of the linear tunnel. Teach us how to navigate these dark nights of the soul from our hearts, bellies, blood, bones. Poems want to mend the gashes in our hope, gashes in our hearts, heal lifetimes of hurt. Poems want to announce the presence of the infinite, blessings of the dark. Poems want us to trust feathers and angels, to be the wings, to be the moon tonight, this night. Poems want to perch on the nightstand, ready when we are derailed by night terrors, awakened by the horrors and the stark madness of these times. They want to teach us the sacred ways of the dark, point us to the still, festering wounds from our past, hiding in the back of the caves, invite them to speak. Poems want to show us how to let go into the dark's deep mothering. Teach us how welcoming grief and sorrow softens, opens us to care and love more, to feel the anguish and sorrow of our sisters and brothers, the creatures, the oceans, forests, fields, the living, breathing, sorrowing natural world. They want to find the poet, artist, troubadour folded into the shadows, coax them out, tell them it is their time, duende. All that has dark sounds has duende, said Lorca. The dark force that can breathe raw life into every art form, the deep soul cry of the body, the earth, dark inspiration, dark luminosity. Poems want to bless us the way our mothers never could. the way our Earth Mother has tried and tried to bless the gashes in our hope and hearts. Teach us that we are blessable. Thank you.
I'm sitting here with a smile on my face, shaking my head ever so slightly. Poems bridges between worlds. Poems want us to touch feathers and wings to be the angels. The only thing that's coming to my head is epic. I've heard you recite now a number of times. That was epic.
Wow.
That
Thank
was epic.
you.
That was a powerful is not the word. That was, as a poet and all of us, you know, it's like an invitation for us to keep pushing forward and putting our words out. And it doesn't matter whether or not we agree with the premise of the poem, but the beauty of the writing, the crafting, and the powerful message. I don't care who you are. I think you can take something away from that. That's why epic kept coming to my mind. It was so well crafted, Susan. Well done. Well done, my friend.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, Raleigh. I have to take that in.
Well, it's well deserved.
Thank you.
I only said it because of your courage and love of sharing, a love of poetry and love of writing to share it. So it's well earned. Trust me. All right. From brilliance to brilliance. Let's continue on. It's been a long time since she's been here, but I'm glad she's back. My friend Danelle, you're up. The mic is yours, beautiful.
Hello. It is so very good to be back. You know, I've missed you. I've missed being here, but life has been anything short of crazy lately, doing, and evolving. So, as always, I appreciate the opportunity, and it has been beautiful to participate with everyone already so far. I'm always left a little speechless sometimes, hearing others' readings and writings that, you know, as writers, we know how much we can be opened by others' words. And, you know, it gives me joy to be able to. I have a couple of different ones today. As you know, I write on both the light side and the dark side. So you never know what you're gonna get from me. But this one came to me as I woke up the other morning, just in appreciation of just waking up. I woke up on the broad side of sunshine, thinking of you, wondering where this life goes or if it's all true. The method to my madness, the rhymes to my pain, wanting closure to all of the financial gains. Happiness and peace and settled soul too, wanting to find this perhaps with you. The war of the mind and the ego of soul tend to battle and take control, wanting to win and the other to lose. But in the end, I just want peace with you, within the bounds of a confined soul, to loosen the reins of control. A path unknown to even the most intuitive mind, leaving the guessing of things behind. Slacking and release without the way, waking upon the broad side of sunshine today. Walk up straight and forward ahead. Let your feet hit the floor, which means you're not dead. Sun to the face and the wind to your back. May life propel you where you're given lack. Let the sunshine fall, rather in grace. Let it fall upon your face. With grace move and ease and seize the day that the sunshine fell upon you today. As you notice, I don't title a lot of my pieces. I don't know why that is. I never have. I've been writing for probably close to, well, most of my life, but seriously writing for the last 5 or 6 years. And I'm never called to title my pieces. I always just let them speak for themselves. On the wrong side of heaven and the right side of pain, I hear you calling and saying my name. Fist against the energetic wall, screaming and pleading that my angelic heart won't fall. But from grace you will fall a time or two while moving through the different yous, finding your footing and gaining ground of who you're to be, waiting to be found. So on the wrong side of heaven lays a soiled heart that's bound by anger and freedom with choices abound, choosing to fall off the lightest path to carnal sins due to your aftermath, hearing and beating of your angry voice, fist of fury sunk in the void, on the wrong side of heaven left there to lay, wayward paths strewn astray, sometimes is needed to find the way back. Through carnal visits, she has her own back. Finding your footing, is she coming back? Giving herself no room to slack. On the wrong side of heaven and the right side of pain, she's drawn to the dark side in disdain. A fallen angel, her light still bright, becomes one within the night. They engulf her beauty and absolve the pain as she learns to live for herself again. One more?
Sure, please.
You are like me. I see you. I see you even if you do not see yourself. I see the beauty you possess within and without. You possess this unbelievable raw talent to be completely ignorant to your raw beauty and the raw talents that lie within. Watching you flip your hair back as you talk in animation about your day. Hair that has gained a curl as his did, as it has lengthened and growth, the male version of myself with the sweet touch of your father. I see you as I see myself, and it makes me proud, taking life in stride despite the cards you have been dealt, taking life as yours despite the loss you have felt, making life sweet through the battle of crushing family curses, making moves to be of peace and light guiding through the verses, while drowning out the echoes of your past, which is not so distant, but dimming at last. Not to be forgotten or without cause, but to be rejoiced with angelic applause. As you make great gains in life and follow your path, I watch you toss your hair and bellow in a laugh. I love you through and tough times and rejoice the good, crushing family curses and planning we would. Love and peace and success, it's all I want, to see you make the most from your earthly jaunt. So I see you and I raise my ask for the universe to be kind to you with its task. You've been molded and tested and cursing through your young life already. I'll help see you through. All that I wish is that he'd see you too.
Wow. It's such a reflection of your life.
Always reflection in words.
The wrong side of heaven, the right side of pain. This is why I invite us to get to know each other. I'm assuming that's, like I said, your experience, but that's a brilliant line.
Thank you.
You interpret it in so many ways, but you know, the loss of a loved one.
Yeah.
I'm on the wrong side of heaven because I'm not there. I'm on the right side of pain because I am here.
Yeah. When you go through things in life that bring you great pain, you walk a very fine line.
Yes, you do. Mm-hmm.
Between wanting to be in two different places.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when my daughter passed a couple of years now, I look at it differently. I see it differently. I feel it differently, but there's still the earthly side of me.
Yeah, I look at all of these things from so many different ways. As you know, being an energetic being, that I do soul path and I do life path anchoring for all sorts of people, you know, and energetic clearing for people that have gone through major traumas in their lives that has pulled them from one side to another in a very dramatic fashion. For most people, it's difficult to understand that life path from both sides. But you know, when you do understand it and see it, it gives you a little bit of a different visionary,
Yeah, I completely agree.
Human aspect.
Well, as always, thank you. Thank you for being raw and vulnerable and just being you, period.
Yeah, thank you, really.
And you never have to apologize for not being here. Everyone's living life and doing the best that they can. That's at the end of the day, we're all just doing the best that we can. Whether others agree with it or not, I really don't care.
Yeah.
So you
and
do
right now, the best that you can for many is difficult.
Yes.
It is. It's difficult, but just keep going.
Keep going.
Keep pushing.
Like one thing I always tell about people of history, I go, how do you know we're going to be okay? I have history that says we're going to keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
We will find a way. We will get there. We don't, we continue to have the experience of good, bad, ugly, and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
We need duality to understand, but at the same time, we keep pushing forward.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about the fires earlier in Western Canada. And the city that is happening in, I know very well. I lived there. My son still lives there.
Mm-hmm.
All the strife that's going on, race, gender, all this nonsense that we keep buying into to keep us divided.
Yeah.
All people showed up to watch the fires and to find ways to support each other. It's in us. So
it's very difficult to see and know that all these things are happening to other people. As you know, I work a lot with humanitarian efforts globally through several foundations. And it's one thing to hear it on the news, and it's one thing to know it's happening, but when you know people that it is actually happening to, I don't know, it hits a little different whenever.
It's different, yeah. It makes it real.
It is real.
Anyway, we'll talk soon. We'll get caught up.
Thank
you for being here. Appreciate it. All right. Excuse me. From brilliance to brilliance, another kind-hearted person that has her own show. I hope when she's finished, she'll put her contacts in so people can reach out. But beautiful souls. So, excuse me, Yana, the poet, the artist, the human. The mic is yours, my friend. The mic is yours.
Greetings. Keyana Thearct. Keyana the artist. I'll go around the world to tell my story to every girl, for every boy, for every woman, for every man. I'll go around the world to tell my story, all in one. The attitude of character to visible love to unspoken word. I'm the artist. I'm the artist. He believe in God, believe also in me. I'm a woman. I'm a woman. I'm a woman with faith, with God, with master me, with falls in place to never to justify what you can become. Every day is a new day. Every day is a bright and sunny day. I tend to be with my friends and become even more. My deepest prayer is to believe in yourself, to judge me because I am Black. This moment of speech. Now walk in my shoes. Now walk in my shoes. Now walk in my shoes. My naysayers can't say what to say about you because I am somebody. Because I am somebody. To the natural hair, to the natural eyes. Look at me. I'm natural. Success determines you. Is this mic on? Can I have your attention, please? Words and words to dream reality. So why I am here? Because I'm the next generation. Creativity. Please pass me the mic. I was once called creativity. Creativity, I say. That is who I am. Creativity, creativity, creativity. My naysayers and my haters, they cannot control me, telling me who I am, telling me who I am. Creativity, creativity, creativity. That is who I am. My naysayers, my haters, and my critics, they cannot control me, telling me who I am, telling me who I am. Creativity, creativity, creativity. That is who I am. Creativity. Thank you, guys.
That's it?
That's it?
No, I want one more.
You want more? Okay.
I want one more. I want one more.
Okay, I do one more. Different. I was born to be different. What man sees differently. See, I am different in a different way. I was taught different, look in a different way. Man says I am the head, but God says I am the tail. See, I was born to be different. Man sees the outside, but God sees in the inside. We was born to be different. Just like they said in humankind, we all in one race. It doesn't matter what divided we live in, we all in one race. So don't fight each other because we divided. Because they put us in this world to be divided. But we was born to be different. We was born to be one kind. We was born to be in our own journey, in our own destiny, and our own purpose. We were born to be free.
Wow.
Thank you.
Again, I've heard you many times, but this seems like you just took it to another level. Right? Man sees the outside, but God sees the inside. And no one can define you but you. Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff.
We are different.
We are. You know? We are.
And the world keeps tearing us apart to tell us we aren't different, or we have to fight each other for our different opinions. Yeah. But our opinions are the same because we all are one human race. We all are trying to do something different. We all are trying to believe in ourselves. We are all trying to build a foundation. We all stand in nature. We all stand to break the generation curse of mankind.
Oh, it's upon us to learn. Well done. Well said. Well said. And different is more than okay. Different is different. Right? Thank
you.
Well done. Thank you. Oops, hold on.
Amen. Yes, this is Michelle Douglas. I am so sorry. I didn't want to interrupt any of the other artists, but I just want to say one thing. You know, everybody here, that's why I love poetry, because poetry is innate, you know, and we have lost people. We have went through things, but I think the true Victorians are those that can go through the ugliest things in life and make it pretty with words and help others. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for your insight. So, how much else needs to be said? I think they've both covered it off. Thank you, Kiana. Thank you for that. All right. I, in my haste to go through the list, and before I bring up Genevieve, I just want to say thank you for sticking it out. A number of people have left apologizing. People don't listen. You don't have to apologize for leaving. I appreciate it, but it's not necessary. And for you that have stuck it out, I'm grateful. You know, we live in this instant time where spending 2.5 hours is a hard thing, but the same joy that you started with, these are you are here, you're bringing it. So for myself and the poets to come, thank you for that. Having said that, another brilliant poet, Genevieve, my friend, the mic is yours.
Hi, Rolly. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Noushka, for a lovely performance today. And funny enough, talking about time, I feel this piece would be perfect. I'll see if I've got time for the two, but I'll definitely do a coffee breakfast. Oh, and I apparently am talking to myself as well because I just had my own audio echo. So coffee breakfast too. How do you like your eggs this hazy Sunday morning? The hours lost in folds of faded green cotton, counting the line depths in your curved fingers as they meld with my digits, the ghost scent of romance. A teenage dare of movement. Who will leave comfort first? The intimate human moment breaking the fast of solitude. If we sizzle the morning foods far past the single hours, do we commit to continuation, bringing in the expectations of tomorrow? Coffee compromise, no commitments. A long day shower fills the room, lengthening the hours into noon. No words, no troubles, just lattes. Monday, maybe, some honesty that this is fine for breakfast. Is it dinner and family worthy? Happy with burnt eggs and just very late mornings. And if I'm okay, good sir, for in a second piece, written completely off my head as I do it, because this has been the thought of this whole weekend. Ode to this vessel. I've ignored you. I'm well aware that I seem to lack below my neck in my mental puzzle, the shaping each brain has to tell us where our physicality is. It was easy. So many things happened in early days, so early as to be part of reckoning, splash cuts that one has as they grow into a human. Never quite aware how far my arms moved, how far the fingers stepped. Always being slightly wobbly on leg. Never only good at sports in school. But I have ignored you. I have left you to crumble as a physicality, and slowly the physicality is rebelling. It is notifying, it is statementing physical reality of a vessel that you cannot see except to have it reflected back to you in the visibility of other people's eyes and great silver panes of glass. But it asks now, it steps in this space, and if it is to be attached to said spiritual, then this vessel moves through space like a spaceship, and it needs fuel. And it needs consistency, and it needs maintenance, and it needs many extra crews never asked for and requested, so used to carrying other vessels around, but no further. They fall like debris into the ether. Those that consistently docked at the doorways, but never offered a peace treaty. Sit in quietness, while a vessel that has been ignored so consistently now asks for reckoning. And as the maps are drawn upon the skin, and an understanding so swift and steady, it will be regained, and what shape it will take is fascinating. And if that is the noble and that is the holy, then we'll start with this reality and this dirt and this stardust. And that's all she's writing for now.
Wow, what a brilliant outlook. Cannot be seen, only reflected. You're brilliant.
So are you, good sir.
You're brilliant.
So are you.
You're brilliant. What a great invitation for us to all, not just look within, but to appreciate and to value the vessel, the temple that carries spirit around, the importance of it. I always tell people, I don't know why I'm here. I don't. I have my beliefs and my faith. But if I truly believe I'm spirit, and spirit chose to be here, then spirit is saying this is a damn important experience. And then to embrace the physicality of life, to be balanced with it, not just one, but to be balanced with it. So to echo Michelle's sentiment, this is why I love poetry. I love all the arts, but poetry, the ability to put things into word, whether it's your harsh experiences or the good richness of life, to put it into words so others can then understand it in a different way. Well done. Brilliant.
Thank you.
All right. I could keep gushing about you, but from brilliance to brilliance. So continue on. This young man is I'm looking forward to spending some time with him. CP, how are you going to dazzle us today?
Good morning, afternoon, evening. I have one poem, maybe two, but let's get personal. It's called Piano Player. Sweat me as if we first made love in the sauna of the sun. perverted planet, let me tongue circle a Saturn's ring around Uranus as if I was a cluster starfuck bucket. Your atmosphere could go and come, and I will go anywhere you want me to, just to watch the stars collide. Fuchsia, the gorgeous girl tickling the keys on this piano in my pride is a petite fuchsia porcelain purse lip sex pistol. She's where the wild things are, mixed with car wreck, caution light smile, mixed with shooting star, you better fucking kill me, mixed with God, I have not yet begun to defile myself her. I've made several mistakes in my life. Scented skin smells like the last one night stand she pulled off just to prove that loving herself is wrong. A new world hangs outside our healthy high self-esteem isn't home at the moment, and I'm so scared it never will be, is buying another round of slurred speech, and I'm definitely afraid our always drunk off life is what's keeping my white light wasted. I'm a mixed drink special, mixed with hell yeah, fuck you, I'm tired of being the afterlife of the party, mixed with you're gonna take me serious, lightning bolt, like listen here, lightning crack, did you know every time and I love you dies young, another paper cut is added underneath the shaved armpit of God, addicted to God. Damn it, life wasn't supposed to be this hard was the cliche. I keep your head up has heard way too many times before we were both butterfly bit off bourbon life. I need stronger painkillers, and in honest, I'm sorry for arrogantly flying into conceited thunderstorms, pissed off enough and passed out, black out, drunk enough to call heavily after bluff. Hurricanes is where I will always be reborn in, y'all. She wanted our skeletons to live and die as legends of the light bulb. Wants my skeleton key to stop ignoring do not disturb signs dangling from the doorknob of her silent treatment. And I love you that was too young to take care of itself. It's hanging vacancy signs from its vagina, hoping that a gentleman caller will leave her due. Drop it, drench me in sutural French kiss saliva, gorgeous grin, miracle liquid inside my merry-go-round mouth. I want to go anywhere you want me to, just to watch the stars collide. Maids, my dearest car wreck, caution light smile. Take your hands off my kid Icarus's cold shoulders melted before he did. I am serious as a lonely straight jacket in need of someone comfortable to hold on to. I pen all of my scripts on prescription pads for my part-time job. It's self-medicating. I have not yet begun to defile myself. Selfish. I'm as serious as in I'm sorry I smiled at you. Just don't jump ship and break tomorrow. I want to feel something sometimes. I think I'm dying here. Hold my halo. I'll be back as soon as I can. I'll be back. Pump me full of bourbon before the flashbacks of all the lovers that went wrong. Dehydrates me. I want an emergency room to make emergency room for my last leg to stand on hurts. Closed off, closed-minded walls are closing in on you, you claustrophobic closet skeleton hanger, you irrational, unbalanced ambulance argument. Your injured ego isn't a by accident emergency basket case. Our dirty outlooks on life are so blurred, and these shot glasses to see things clearly, our hang-ups need to stop dialing 911 and hanging up. Our type of acting out of line asshole. It's Ivy League in status. Fuchsia, play something on your piano that an outward Cupid can drown his sorrows in. Fuchsia, play something high Our healthy high self-esteem isn't home at the moment, can turn its keys in on. Fuchsia, play something. Our shooting stars, you better fucking kill me, can clock out of work too. Fuchsia, play something, because I'll go anywhere you want me to, just to watch the stars collide. Baby. Oh.
You are not of this world. Wherever you served, when you came back, you were different. I can't see any of your teachers having issues with your words you're writing. If they do, send them my way. Dude, wow. So many lines, but just don't jump ship and break tomorrow. Damn.
Yeah.
Take that and write a poem about that.
Right. Wow.
That's a serious line. And oh. And it was the other one I wrote, by the way you ended. Drifted going away to watch stars collide. Man, my God, CP, I'm so glad I came across you at Eureka Cafe.
Oh, the feeling's mutual. And the jump ship line, I think it was inspired by a band with a female lead singer. But yeah, thank you for this opportunity. Like, I can be weird and fucking awkward and still be embraced by everybody, you know? Like, isn't that what writing is supposed to be? So thank you.
What it's about. Like I always say, you don't have to agree with the premise of the poem, but can you appreciate the artistry? Can you appreciate the storytelling? Can you step out of your own worldview for a moment and just accept someone's experience through poetry?
Yeah.
That's the beauty of poetry to me. Or one of the beauties. So be fucking weird. Right?
Will do.
I think Nakesh just said it. There's a couple other poets that said, you know, this thing about, look, I get it. You know, we have to get to, you know, we have to sometimes care where we get to a place where we don't care. It's a valuable experience, but you know, it's not your first rodeo. Don't give a shit. You're weird, be damn weird. If you're weird, that's your spidey senses, then do it to the best of your ability and be weird. Because look what weird just produced.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Word.
Damn. I want to go watch stars collide. Oh, man, this is what I keep telling you people. I'm not preaching like you're not doing it, but man, reach out and get to know people. And, you know, going into these different shows, you'll be amazed at people you meet, and then you get to talk with them, you know. You know, Marianne's become a dear friend because of being in the Zoom room. So anyway, CP, love you, brother. Love you. Yeah, Yah has important work for you to do. So you keep pushing and push against your professors. All right. From brilliance to brilliance. I've heard her again at Eureka Cafe. And then she came, I think it was last month was your first time here, Bianca, but I'm gonna shut up. The floor is yours. Go.
Thank you so much, Raw. I just want to say I love following CP because he makes weirdness amplified to a different level, and it makes me feel safe to amplify my truth. So I really appreciate that, CP. Like, I love seeing you in spaces like this. It's amazing. So thank you for amplifying your truth, because now you make me feel safe to amplify mine.
Did you follow him last time?
Yeah, and he's performed at New Eurekan, so it was just dopeness on top of dopeness.
Okay.
And then you hear him in Elemental, and it's just like fucking fire.
Well, when I feature Elemental, I'll have you two phone for sure, and I'll have you follow each other. Anyway, go.
Yes, definitely. So I have two pieces I want to share. One of them is actually a prompt that I had for my patrons on my Patreon, the Dope Poet Society. But this first one is about being rooted in our culture. I come from where seed meets soil and water greets them after. I come from ancient rooted desires that forces its way into me like a symbiotic bond only my mother could love. I come from a lack of compassion disguised as tough love. I come from approval-based reinforcement. So now I ask for none. I come from ancestral lines that showed warriors were silenced by colonizers by taking our women and using their seeds to fertilize our native soil just to kill the plant that rooted after thriving in such harsh conditions. The smell of foreign that reeked on my skin as I tried to bleach the fabric that held my organs together by threads that were sewn on by people who believed we took everything from them when they only fed us crumbs from their leftover lies they served on silver betrayals. I come from generational insecurities that have morphed into false realities because the past couldn't be vivid enough to capture through my own lens, so invalidity haunts me more than certainty does. I come from grit, where sandpaper meets the smooth canvas, rubbing constantly to polish something already pristine. It's reassurance, it's affirmation, it's relentless glory. It's the repetitive nature that whatever dulls my figure awakens my mind, for nothing is ever pointless. Because of where I come from, I have purpose, power, and persistence. I seem to have this intuition that bloodlines are just our ancestors' way of circumnavigating your reality, so you inevitably create the world they think they needed instead of creating a world that is necessary. I've never been good at directions, so where I come from isn't where I'm going. The reason why I know my future is because I know my history, and as my pen hits my paper once more, revealing the ink, my voice sings with intentions of the indigenous. I become an instrument, a heart beating to the rhythm of my words, so loud my ancestors hear me calling them, asking for thunder to come down, as if it's necessary to hear a warning drum every time our society fails me. And as I walk past versions of my cadavers in alleyways I considered as safe havens, I've made it to where I need to be, somewhere. Thank you, guys. So this one is a prompt that I gave my patrons. And the prompt was, if I had a first aid kit that could make me feel better, what would be in it? See, it's kind of funny. The first thing that comes to mind is nothing. The things I thought I needed never needed me back. I thought about a mother's love and concern, a father's acceptance, or a sibling bond. I also thought about Band-Aids, Neosporin, or even an ice pack. The thing about first aid kits is that it's reassurance you'll be okay, but you'll never be functioning at less than maybe 100%. But even a mother's love coerced into a holy chant while rubbing Vicks Vapor Rub on your chest, and a father's acceptance to have you in his life while you and your sibling can have conversations about nothing, can somehow make you feel like you're invincible, like you've never been broken or shattered, only to realize you're as flexible as glass and have depth like the ocean, with ideas filled to the brim of wonder. And everyone wonders why you can't just sit still, why you can't just choke on family narratives, like family ties so tight you choke on nuances of permission to be happy, please, ties so tight you start to dangle above the hurtful truth that maybe the reason why blood is thicker than water is because it's proof family can kill you before society does. Family ties so tight they're tangled, they're knotted, webbed into ancestral fear of always proving they're right. See, Band-Aids don't do much either, other than indicate a reminder you've been freshly cut or still healing from something you didn't think would hurt you in the first place. So now you're rubbing Neosporin on a cut, hoping it glues you back together, back to a time where you walked around in one piece, yet even an ice pack can't make you feel numb enough. I guess you can say, I'm thawing, defrosting from all the trauma that's kept me frozen for so long that even ice packs doesn't give me chills like I've received from speaking to my own family. Now, when I think about what would be in my first aid kit to make me feel better, I'd say anything that keeps me alive, because I'm tired of surviving. Thank you, guys. Sending blessings.
How old are you again?
I'll be 28 next month.
Yeah, I know you're not. You have a wisdom to you, my friend. Like your phrasings, you know.
Thank you.
Family can kill you or hurt you before society can. You know, those the ones that I wrote that I'm just stealing for what other people said. Even an ice pack can make you feel numb enough.
Mm-hmm.
the past, was it? The past couldn't be vivid enough for my own lenses. Wow. That's a brilliant line. And where I come from isn't where I'm going. There's a wisdom to you, my friend, my young one. And take that as a compliment, because you're so young, but you got that wisdom already. Jeez. And you guys keep thanking me. I feel like I keep robbing from you guys. You guys give me hope. You young ones, you give me hope. I'll say that because, I'm in my 63rd rotation. People go, that's not that old. Yeah, it's old enough. I've been on this planet a while now. You guys give me hope. Well done. Well done. Bianca. EEEKON.
BEEYONKA.
Yeah, get it right, bro. Get to know this woman. Well done. Well done. All right. From brilliance to brilliance. Excuse me. Who do we have next? You guys are throwing me off my game with your brilliance. Up next, talk about another brilliant poet who is on the rise. This is the beauty of hard work. When you believe in yourself and your poetry and you put it out there and you're persistent, good things happen. Marianne, the mic is yours. The mic is yours.
Thank you, Raul. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm not sure what you're seeing or hearing because I'm having trouble with my weather and my device here in St. Martin this morning. I woke up in silver sheets of rain and I started thinking about love and loss and the several great friends of this event, Therese and Kate and Bo among them, who are walking rather personal and sorry path at this particular moment. And so this poem is written for them. I want to love roses, but I am afraid of them. For the olfactory memory of angry misery and sad uprootedness still clings to the most emblematic blooms. Nearly 5 decades after I walked into that staid brown hall with my mother and sisters, and aunts made me line up to kiss my grandmother's waxen cheek. Gone, her petal soft complexion and spidery old world whisper that always allowed me to win game after game of double solitaire and inked New York Times crosswords in the second language she won so proudly after leaving her own mother's home for a better life at age 14. I want to love roses, and I keep souvenirs of yours, like warm lipstick traces pressed between pages, fuchsia and magenta, even as I long for your arms around me and a simple, uncomplicated bouquet of snapdragons from your front yard. Thank you, everyone.
Are you just going to do the one, Marianne?
Yes, I think so. In the interest of time, thank you, Raul.
Okay. Well, me and time, so it's all irrelevant and relevant. But anyway, thank you for your continued support. All right. Up next, a new voice, but a powerful voice, not just to the Inspired Poetry Corner, but to the whole Zoom room. Let's welcome, like I said, from brilliance to brilliance. Love Infinite, you're up, my friend. Yep. There you are.
Thank you. Thank you all for sharing your beautiful work all day. It has been a blessing to be here. I'm gonna speak in the words of my friend here, Spongo, and just wish gratitude for everyone who showed up today, for allowing me to share my work, my world with you. as Raw said, my point of view, my perspective. Thank you, Raw, for hosting the group. I prepared a little, mini set here for my 5 minutes, and I'm gonna begin with a song. I have 2 poems, pretty short, and then the third poem is a poem from a poet named Avacha, and I will link her work after I am done. So thank you, everyone. You give me a feeling that I've never felt before. And I deserve it, I know I deserve it. It's becoming something that's impossible to ignore. It is what we make it. I was wondering, baby, if I make you my baby, if we do the unthinkable, would it make us look crazy? Or would it be so beautiful? Either way, I'm saying, if you ask me, I'm ready. Oh, yes. If you ask me, I'm ready. The weather's fine. Welcome to Channel 5. I'm your meteorologist. The weather's fine, just fine. I take that back. The weather's perfect. Whatever happens, I know it's magic. Even if we die, break away, lose each other, nothing's tragic. It's meant to happen. Frozen. I reached the other side, climbed the mountaintop, and I'm all alone, surrounded by snow. I never knew snow, but now frozen is home. I melt away like a glacier. I stand alone because they can't face her. Let it go, let it go. It's just me, God, and a song, a never-ending song, the sound of music. Are you calm? Or are you frozen? Daughters of the Drum by the poet Avacha. We were born to drum. Somos hijas rítmicas. We were conceived in rhythm, whether we knew it or not, or wanted it or not. It was and has always been about upholding la clave en el alma, the beauty and sanctity of the rhythm that created us, the rhythm that is us. Somos el latido de la naturaleza, the rhythm of our mother's labor pains announced our coming, and it's always the rhythm of our breathing that lets the world know we're alive. Meranos, ve las fuerzas místicas, pero pocosas, feel it. We walk and sing, pray and dance and cry in it. Every single word that flows out of our mouths is a rhythmic declaration of our presence. Somos la esencia de la bomba. And even our sacred mother nature dances rhythmically through the seasons. Every single year, keeping the rhythm of our lives in balance. Our universe is an inescapable symphony, ritmos sagrados, held together by vibration, by the sound of the sum of us, the always right on time, magical, rhythmical timelessness of us. Somos la fiebre apasionada de la rumba. The heart of bebop and cubop was born in us, is creation's gift to us. Somos el corazón del tambor. Born in the womb of creativity and undeniable rhythm personified. Wake up, world. Miranos. Listen. We are your children, and we were born to drum. Avacha. Thank you all so much for your time. I'm really grateful for the space. My name is Trajan Andrews Dewberry, otherwise known as Love Infinite, and I'm wishing infinite love, blessings, and joy to all that listen and live. Please have a wonderful day. Peace to you all.
Thank you for bringing Avanka's work here, Love Infinite. We were all conceived in rhythm, and you recited that so well. Thank you so much. And your piece, that's a different side of you I haven't heard. I really like that. Very like that. Keep unfolding. Like I said to you before, you're powerful, your force of nature. So you got so much talent within your being. So
thank you so much.
Well, you're most welcome. Just speaking my truth as I see it. So thank you for that. All right, let's continue on. This young man is another brilliant storyteller. Leonard, you're up, my friend.
Greetings, greetings. 3 poems. 1. If love and peace, then this apart. 2. Each day is as any other gift. 3. If each day is love and peace, then this is any other gift apart. Paz y Amor, after the poem Mid-Century by John Dos Passos from 1962. 1. The dog wakes the man, insistent. They step out into the pre-dawn. Above, a speck of cosmic dust traces its brief, shallow arc before the farther stars. From the windbreak trees, a squirrel chatters, teasing. The dog lifts his ears, stands still and stiff. The man laughs lightly, looks west to the moonset. 2. Halfway through the second decade, lives removed from another dawn, a shadow nibbles at the moon's cheek. Focused on more pressing matters, the dog investigates the meadow, finds nothing, returns to the man. The man rests his hand on the dog's head, wonders what the brain beneath the bone might make of satellites that search the stars and horoscopes that seek to explain the passions that ebb and flow like tides inside his human companion. 3. A car runs slow on the County 2 lane, windows open, judging from the sound of guitars, drums, and voices trying to explain peace and love between a man and a woman, between a student and a teacher. Good luck with love, the man thinks, knowing why he lives alone now. And with that peace thing, yeah, knowing why he lives away from cities at this end of his years, away from the tides of discord. 4. The dog, perhaps the wiser one, scents something in the meadow, abandons the hand of man at a full run with a full bark, eager to be a satellite himself, orbiting the world he knows. The man, instead, turns to the light shining through the kitchen curtains, ceases the orbit of his thoughts and courses for re-entry, eager to settle in an ocean of sleep until the sun shines down again. 5. The dog, sensing a treat in lieu of whatever he was chasing, catches up to the man. They walk across the night black grass, the man reciting to the stars as the dog listens closely. This is the way the world will end. This is the way the world will end. Not with a bang, but a babe, wrapped in swaddling clothes, dying in a manger, unattended by any form of wisdom. Thank you all.
Okay. You say that last line again, please.
Let's see. Not with a bang, but a babe, wrapped in swaddling clothes, dying in a manger unattended by any form of wisdom.
Such a powerful, powerful line. Powerful way to end the poem.
Thank you.
The imagery of that. I said, you're a brilliant storyteller, my friend. I enjoy your work so much. It gives me things to think about. Gives me things to think about.
Poetry is dangerous.
Bring on the danger. Bring on the danger.
It makes you think.
Yeah. We need more poetic danger in this world right now. So thank you
Amen.
for that reminder, my friend. Thank you. All right, guys, we're getting close. Then there was 2. She's back in the UK, so hopefully she'll be around a little bit more now. Because I guess the Wi-Fi is more reliable, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, Leslie, my friend, welcome back, and the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you. It's so wonderful to be here. Missed you all. So this one's called The Memory of Breath. The breath, liquid breath, on the air as it travels, coming to us from the vast ocean of images, little boats afloat behind our eyes as we sleep, coming to us from dreams, slows the wake as it travels, gives into gravity and settles. From this brief moment that we know this, we do not then remember. We no longer know. It is lost to waking, but holds to us in memory the flesh that knows, but held in the flesh as visceral memory, can never reach upward to the mind, complete and inform. It can be remembered in blankets, the form and shape it makes in the pillow, the movement of curtain through the window, exhaling out, escaping into the air, but only as it wakes, as we wake. This breath surrenders willingly each morning the desire for its own existence, willingly each morning and with love, and not being its own being, not knowing its own, enjoying sovereignty. It joins with yours, the great exhale of relief that is born in you, the impulse to sing, the voice mighty, it roars and gives throat to a music never heard, or perhaps once briefly, in the smallness of hours, the pause between the stillness, the movement of air, the imperceptible, incessant clamor, the chatter of insects unseen, the absence of stillness in the garden of night, the fields you walk through in these dreams, the lowering sky, your blanket of thought, it lulls us to sleep, and we do not wake to begin again the awakening until we, in our cycle, to repeat, 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 are at last complete. And then I think I'm just going to read one more. And this one's called a prayer to our mother. Oh, mother of darkness, mother of shadow, the world I left to join this world, now where I am, in the light, now in this moment I shine, now present and in body. You are with me, you are for me in everything, the mother of all who, watchful, sees all, the little boat on the still pond that ducks and bobs with the small movements of water on water, quietly making its way. The fish below, I see their dance below the boat. They, in greeting, as they come circling, the graceful pirouettes of moving bodies, the bright flick of tails, the suddenness of orange, the beacon of color that shoots through translucent water to be visible for just one moment, and further down underneath to not see but feel the still movement of deep water. The mother of us all who, there watchful, suggests the way through, the way forward, fluid and swift through the water, the little boat as it moves through water at moments dark, at moments when sun hits, the brilliant dapple of light for the moment blinds us as it plays upon the water in the little boat, as it plays upon the water, the little boat upon the pond, now becoming sea. I learn from you, my mother. I learn from the everything which is you, the path awaiting, the channels open to when I am ready. Bring me back home, the home that is now, the home that will be, the home that is, and I will join you in my place, in everywhere I roam, every place I call my home, in and with the eternity that is you. That's all.
That's all. You're too funny. Your words, right? The channel opens what I am. The great exhale of beliefs. Yeah. You're brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
Once again, you have that voice, the way, the cadence of capturing the phrasing in a way that kind of resonates, not actually resonate, almost penetrates our soul. So it's good to have you back, Leslie.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Good to have you back. Although I'm sure you enjoyed your time in Mexico, but
I did.
What's not to enjoy in Mexico? So,
yeah.
All right. We're at the end of the show. And usually, because I always save Lantern for the last, like I do Alexandra at the beginning, because I believe in showing respect. He may not be an elder. I think we're about the same age, but I have respect for his wisdom. His wisdom gained through his experiences that he shares so brilliantly with us. So, Henry, my friend.
Hey. Yeah, from the beginning with Noushka, hearing her for the first time was a joy. And I mean, just open up all these dimensions of fire. And then all the others, some who have left, you know, every time I come here, it's a homecoming, it's a reunion. And it's wonderful with the talent, the emotion, the images. And as an artist, they just get in me and inspire so much. And I think maybe some others also feel that way. So yesterday, I was in a Zoom session about gun violence in America for this anthology called American Graveyard. And we read all the poems in the and some not in the anthology about gun violence. And I said, oh, tomorrow I'm going to share these because I had some new ones that weren't in the anthology. Guys, I couldn't. And then when I was placed at the end, I said, oh, I got to be like Lantern Carrier. So I have one, this poem from in a program I was in called Art Wire. It's a poetry fellowship. And this is the poem that basically got me in. Later I found out. They gave a topic and then you had to write in a set amount of time. And I wrote this you ever write something you not know where it's going, but you loved it at the end after editing? So I want to share this with you because it has a vibe like Lantern, where I'm taking you down the rabbit hole, but I'm putting you in the universe, and I hope you enjoy the journey. It's titled Becoming More or Less. The playful gathering of dancing fingers running like children stumping through a field of wildflowers who became lost, now searching for their way back home. Through a portal flipping through pages of a colorful storybook where fascination explodes with a drizzle of colors, they chase the shadows of friends playing hide and seek, silhouettes reaching for life and its dimensions, hoping perhaps to find each other within themselves. Then looking between blades of grass and under rocks, young minds filled with wonder and imagination. To the twisted realm where Alice plays with the caterpillar, sipping on tea, enjoying the trembling of being frightened, she awakens something inside her that others fear, afraid to connect and become the flow to the center, churning the old cream of joy to a froth of truth, made into a frosting to coat the layers of sweet lies of the earth where old bones wait ascension, but the pile becomes nothing but kindling to make flames rise. No one finds their remains regardless of the watery eyes or how the bellows of grief echo through the waves. The hope to dance, to try to forget or remember. Nothing is easy to release the damned emotions. Alice transmuted into goddess, part water, earth, and pain. She listens for the magical words and ancient songs in the air. Her ears patiently open and feels deeply to the gentle winds. Nearby sycamore tree roots grab her legs to still her. Stars bent by time, she runs between doorways to quickly hide. This isn't the moon she knows, but it's a garden full of promise. She twirls the new sun's flames, reaching inside ourselves to plot, planting seeds while teaching us to extend our minds and hopes, showing us to play with fire, to become and see more. We trace through the ashes, smelting high towers of steel, hoping to reach her and in many ways to become like her. Science and creation reaching to the skies, strong, long arms, wanting to embrace and retrace paths to palaces she flew to us. We only wanted to feel whole again for just one moment. No longer memories of the abandoned lover seeking the familiar. Touches and smiles without anger and bitterness from the past, while sadness drapes us, waiting to just understand why love wasn't plentiful enough to fill the emptiness. This hunger lingers, consuming the reach of old passions, building atop unhealed wounds covered with expired balm, soothing nothing as blistering heated nuggets add to hardness, only truly designed to feel strong and unbreakable again. Lock the pain in our sacred space where we'd forget everything. The shuffled red petals fell like cowrie shell prophecy, ascribing words to know how foolish is our foolish nature. So we rested in a field where wildflowers surrounded us, leaving our mountains to let the sun melt away into night, or resting and waiting as the worm still stirs honey, sweetening our flesh to eat before his emergent flight, pouring the overbrewed tea back into the rivers, streams around and inside us, pushing the edges of shores, which helps our constant thirst to build come to an end. Lego clusters we hope won't tumble and crush our dreams. Peaked houses, nothing but tall shadows of ourselves, built atop the graves of brittle marrow and dry blood, which caused so much pain, but wanting now only joy. as we still hope to understand our purpose from the high, looking at the clouds floating near the penthouse rooftops, smoking clouds the worm ponders in his high back chair, while Alice laughs at our toys, knowing with just one blow, we tumble down the flights of our fantasies to be gods. She gave us the dreams and memories, but we shut our eyes as the story's pages turning, showing us ways to build within. Thank you.
Beautiful way to end, my friend.
Thank you.
Beautiful way to end. You're a brilliant writer and artist.
Thank you.
You're just a brilliant human being. It's an honor to know you. It's an honor to know you.
Honored to be here amongst you guys.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of the show, guys. Until next month, but that's the end of this show. What an amazing gathering. I know it was long. I'm not going to apologize for that, because I invite us to remember the times when we used to sit for long times and converse and chat and read and shared poetry and literature and art. Life was different then, of course, but it's about balance as well. We're so wrapped up in technology that we're constantly like this or always going. So we want things instant, convenient. And I'm not saying that those are bad things, but all things in balance. All things in balance. The world needs some balance. But having said that, you can only be balanced if you're coming out of balance. Like many people feel lost, so they're looking to be found. But you can only be found if you're lost. So there's a value to being lost. I just invite you, as we depart into the other parts of our Sunday, to spread the word within your circle, within your family. As Bianca said, that first pain didn't come from society, it came from family. To invite our families and how we practice family differently, and how we practice it knowing that others have families as well, and not to use my family as a means, as a divider from other families, because what other families are doing, we're doing. We just practice it differently. We are different, definitely, but we're the same. We have the same needs and wants. We just go about it differently. Excuse me. So at the end of the day, just remember, we are human. There's a beauty to being human. As much as times we can do harsh, ugly, disastrous things, on the flip side, we do beautiful, amazing, inspiring things. That's part of our humanity, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful. Embrace it all. That's why we're here as spirit, is to have these experiences and to inspire each other in these human forms to do better in these human forms. But do not fear the dark. There's nothing to fear, because it's a necessary part of this experience. So thank you for the continued support. Thank you to the poets today, from Alexandra to Neil to Leah to Principe to Debut to Michelle, Maureen, Ashley, Suzanne, Danielle, Genevieve, Kiana, CP Mays, Bianca, Marianne, Love Infinity, Leonard, Leslie, and Henry. And we're all here today to support our feature, who did an amazing job of being that beautiful fire. No, she doesn't go by that anymore. But Noushka, you lit the fuse, you set the tone for today. So I'm so grateful that we can host you today. And I'm grateful for all the poets that wanted to support her. I hope you'd reach out and get to know her a little bit better and continue to encourage her and to embrace her words. But we're all brilliant in our human representation. I may not agree with you. I may not even like some of the things that you say and do. But I respect you because you're human. Because to me, that should mean something. Not everyone may believe that and practice it. I mean, we have enough examples in this world, but from my perspective, that should mean something. I'm human. And I don't know what's to come. I don't know if the stuff that I believe in will ever come to pass. I do believe we come back. But if we don't, and if this is the only go around, then make this count. Because spirit came here for a reason. And that means it's important. And once we die, we may drift away with the ethers and be forgotten in years and centuries. Doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm here now. We are here now. And that's what counts. So go be brilliant. Go be poetic. Go be afraid. Go be mean. Go be greedy. Go be balanced. Be balanced. Because at the end of the day, be the love that you truly are, that goes beyond the meat suit that we walk around. It's not just the 5 minutes that we wait around to recite. It's the experience of being here for each other and supporting each other and uplifting each other with our words and our energy. I love you all. Yeah, I love you all. I don't have to know you to love you. Being human, being spirit, that's enough for me to love you. Do I like you? That's a different story. We'll need to have a coffee and a chat. Anyway, go be amazing. Be gentle with yourself so you can be gentle with others. Be well. We'll see you in a month's time. Peace.